Welcome back to Oklahoma City. Time now for 133 pounds. Chris Fleeger of Purdue is in the semifinals, a bit controversially. Earlier today, Mack Reiter of Minnesota in the 133-pound weight class. In a situation here where the referee ruled that Reiter had an illegal slam. He was disqualified then, Reiter, from the match when Pflueger could not continue. So Pflueger moves on into the semifinals, and with an update now on his condition, let's go to Quinn Kesnick.
Dave, I spoke to Purdue coach Jesse Reyes earlier today and then about 5 minutes ago, and Jesse said that Chris is doing fine. You watch him warm up, though. He's about 80% gingerly would be the word I'd use. He's got an injury, the left rib cage, and actually took a local anesthetic, took a shot before this match to his left rib cage. So obviously that's the focal point. I did talk to Pat McCormick, the head of the officials, and he says it was not ruled a disqualification. It was actually ruled an injury default. Reiter's illegal move caused the discontinuation of that match.
And now Chris Pflueger had a problem with his contact right at the start of the match with Shawn, who's the top seed. So Pflueger still, even though he's not at 100%, he is really behind it against a very fine wrestler in Bunch. But how about this? A quick takedown for Pflueger to take the lead.
Well, he looked pretty good. I think he, like I said before, he was injured, and today he could be the best guy in the weight class. Chris Pflueger from Trout Run, Pennsylvania, his 6th year at Purdue, and he's been in the finals before. In 2003, he was second to Travis Lee.
He was. Hasn't competed, though, in college since the 2003 season. He had an Olympic red shirt, then an academic problem. So he just rejoined Purdue for the 2nd semester this year.
Stay legal.
Got a hammerlock on Bunch. The arm behind the back, can't break a 90-degree angle towards the head, otherwise it becomes illegal.
Well, very physical, and he can do it all from all positions. Chris Pflueger from Purdue. He's worn a Bunch there, and right now, where does Bunch have an opportunity to even move with the kind of parallel pressure that Chris Pflueger has on him? And so I think there's sometimes an issue on, you know, whether or not the bottom man is stalling or whether he's actually being overpowered by someone who's not getting out perpendicular.
Or has a hold that immobilizes you and doesn't use it to turn you.
Where do you have to post if both arms are taken away from you?
Shawn Bunch, glad to hear that last whistle from our referee, Pat Fitzgerald. He can regroup a little bit.
Bunch has a tremendous stand-up. Perhaps the quickest I've ever seen. Let's see if he can get it done here.
Set. Ready. Here we go, Green. Good start, guys. Good start.
Look at that. Wow. Can't get around him, but he does get the escape. Not the reversal. He got the escape. He gets 1 point there.
And that speed and explosiveness that Bunch is so well known for, particularly on the stand-up, comes through for him.
But did you notice that Pflueger kind of had that I've seen it all before look and got out of the scramble, only 1 point escape. There was a big flurry, a lot of action by Bunch, but it was just one, and they're back on their feet.
Wrestle.
Jeff, let me ask you, we've talked a lot about Chris Pflueger's rib injury. Bunch knowing that, he certainly saw the earlier action today in the quarterfinals. Does he use that to his advantage in any way, shape, or form, knowing that rib is hurt right now?
I don't think he wants to change the style that has made him the great wrestler that he is. He'll continue to go after Pflueger with his moves. Quickness, open shots from the outside. Uses speed.
Shawn Bunch, you see in the red singlet. Chris Pflueger of Purdue in the gold singlet. You also can tell them apart by their anklets. And one easy way to do it is you see our graphic on the screen. Shawn Bunch, the top seed, #1 seed. And you see the run in red. That means he is wearing the red anklets. Chris Pflueger, the 5th seed, with the green color.
Action.
What a great shot by Pflueger. Low ankle, then he cut across, covered the hips, got his 2 points. Tremendous execution. Good technique by Chris Pflueger.
Especially at the end of a period.
Speaking of the end of the period, that's where we are. And let's go over to Quint Kesnick for a report on the other semifinal.
Nathan Morgan from Oklahoma State leading Matt Valenti of Penn 2-1 early stages of the second period. Morgan took him down about halfway through the first period, and then Valenti with the escape. So another Oklahoma State wrestler with a little lead here.
And that's why you're going to hear a big crowd reaction. There's that quick move again by Shawn Bunch.
You see what Pflueger's doing? He's not letting Shawn Bunch get the hip separation. He's keeping the hips close, and he's lifting, so Shawn Bunch doesn't have anything to get power from because his legs are up in the air. Great job by Chris Pflueger.
So he is counter-punching, I guess, is the best term. He's counter-punching Bunch's quickness with some power of his own.
Great power, great positioning, lifting and driving him back to the mat.
Ready, set, green.
I'll tell you what I see. I see composure.
Yep.
Look at him. Not panicking, standing there waiting for him. He almost looks supremely confident, despite the injury. Look at that shot. Oh, a good kick out by Bunch.
We've talked about managing the match. They got a little butt and advancing. And right now, it's Chris Pflueger's opportunity to manage the match. Now, that does not mean he needs to stall. He needs to keep his game plan going. But, boy, I'll tell you what. He's a man with a plan right now. And he's executed it perfectly so far.
That was the third clean shot he got in on Bunch's leg out. I mean, clean, no real effort to have to pull the leg into him. You fooled him, beat him.
Well, there's no fooling Chris Pflueger when he's a guy. He's the guy that turns it on at tournament time.
While they work on Fleeger, let's go over to Quint Kesnick for an update on Nate Morgan and Matt Valenti.
Morgan still leads 2-1, virtue of a first period takedown. Here it is, Morgan, the sophomore, two-time Big 12 champion in the orange singlet near the edge. Valenti in the red singlet from Penn kind of scrambling there, trying to get out of bounds. And you'll see Morgan eventually get the 2 points near the edge of the mat. Right now, though, Valenti with some riding time. So it's 2-1, but Valenti's looking at a potential point for riding time.
And here in our #1 match, featuring the top seed Shawn Bunch, who's in a bunch of trouble, Chris Pflueger leads 4-2 plus. He's built up a minute 50 of riding time.
Slick. Contact. Just hand it to your coach. No time.
Pat Fitzgerald saying, just hand it to your coach. You're going to lose the contact. We don't have time. Let's go.
Shawn Bunch has not been able to get past the head and the hands defense of Chris Pflueger. Has not been able to catch that corner. He's quick enough, but he can't continue to just go straight ahead. Pflueger's going to ward him off all the time. He's got to move his feet and create the angle at the same time.
I am impressed with Pflueger's speed on his feet. He has got quickness on his shot. And all those fakes and off shots that Bunch are trying, he's not moving his feet. He's not committing his hips.
That's exactly right. You got to move your feet, pop, 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 find the angle. And he's just working ahead and going straight ahead. You okay? Watch your head.
Well, Fleeger's taking a beating. He's run into the table. He's lost a contact. He's got blood on the eye.
You need a time?
Blood still streaming down the corner of that left eye right now for Chris Pflueger.
Yes.
As long as Fleeger keeps stepping forward, he's not going to get warned for stalling, but Shawn Bunch has not been able to solve the problem of getting past that head and arms defense.
So Pflueger will take a 4-2 lead on into the third and maybe final period as we get you over to the other match in Quint Kesnick.
Matt Valenti, the 6th seed from Penn, now up 5-2 with riding time. third period, Valenti escaped from bottom and then took down Nathan Morgan. Again, near the edge of the map, but Valenti is wrestling an extremely smart match. As Coach Zeke Jones in his first year at UPenn, and it's paying dividends right away for Valenti.
Certainly is. How about that? We might see the 1 and 2s go down here tonight.
Set. Red.
Now this is going to be interesting whether Chris Pflueger has enough in him, because Shawn Bunch has learned how to wrestle 7 minutes in the last couple of years, something he wasn't able to do before. And so with the score 4-2, riding time against him, he wants to get that riding time down, and then we'll see what Bunch can do in the last minute or so.
The riding time right now, as you see, it's coming down, but it needs to get under a minute.
And then I think you see him cut him and then go for the takedown. In fact, his coach, Tim Flynn, right now is telling him, let him go now, look for the takedown.
Because if you're going to take him down, you'll get the riding time down. See? Great hip action, great sprawl by, again, not finding the angle.
And not getting his hips under his head there, so that he's always extended out.
Pflueger working hard on the head.
If Fleeger reaches the championship tomorrow, he's going to have to really congratulate his medical team. Earlier today, he could not continue in his match with Mack Reiter of Minnesota. He was declared the champion.
A little desperation there, and
that's what it was.
It really didn't have to be accepted. Bunch was not solving the problem that he's had with Pflueger all night. Pflueger is going to make a run to show that he might just be the best 133-pounder in this field. He's been there before. He wants to get there a second time.
Bunch was the runner-up a year ago. Right now, it doesn't look like he's going to get back to the championship final.
Fleeger keeping the weight forward, trying to keep Bunch's head down. Can't get away, bleeding the clock. Very effective tactic.
Bunch right now is going to need a pin in 14 seconds. Well, you see a final now in as Matt Valenti, he moves on to the final, upsetting Nate Morgan of Oklahoma State.
Second Ivy Leaguer in the finals already in 2 weight classes. With Cornell's Troy Nickerson and now Valenti from Penn.
Ready? Green. Get set, red. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Are you ready? Now, green.
Pflueger. What a match. Managed well, kept the attack on, finishes it with a little staccato mark on it. Great 9-2 victory with riding time.
Chris Pflueger, not popular, especially with those fans from Minnesota who felt like Mack Reiter maybe shouldn't have lost in the quarterfinals this morning. But Pflueger moves on with an impressive showing here tonight. He wrestled well and out-wrestled Shawn Bunch, and he goes on into the championship final at 133 pounds tomorrow night, where he'll take on Matt Valenti. Matt